What's your favorite part about the Pine Hills community now?
Now, again, it's the pride that's in the community. The pride that's in the community, people working together, like sitting here in the Orange County Library, sitting in the library, is a true champion for this community, but everybody is, that we're one. We're just not everybody doing their own thing. That we see the library working with the Pine Hills Council, Pine Hills Safe Neighborhood, working with Evans High School, working with Performing Arts, and that we all are working together now for a common cause, common purpose.
And what do you see for the future?
Oh, I see just great things. I see with the new, what we call the neighborhood improvement district. With that being launched, I see a different landscape. To say a different landscape. If we have a town center, that we've been talking about town center, and with the performing arts now, I see a corridor for the arts on one side of the town, education center on the other side, and then of course we got connecting with Ocoee, we got the medical district. So I see just an enhanced community with what every community should have, a live, work, play community. Yeah.
Any stories you can share with us about some of the people you've mentored?
Oh man, yeah. When I first got here, that's the most intriguing story. When I first got here in 2002, in 2003, I got engaged in a mentoring program down at the Orange County Jail. There was this 16-year-old young boy looking at 20 years in prison named Nathaniel Young. And his mom was on drugs and dad was nowhere to be found. And just made some bad decisions, some wrong turns in his life. He was facing 20 years in prison. I went down there and we got involved in his life. And I seen something in him. I knew that he just needed help. So he ended up getting 10 years, unfortunately, because everybody that came around saw what I saw. Said, wait a minute, what are you doing here? How did you get here? So he ended up getting 10 years, and I committed to him that I would be with him through that 10 years of prison. So my wife and I, we adopted him, not legally adopted him, but we stayed with him 10 years of prison. And he went in with he got locked up with a 3rd grade reading level and like a 6th grade math. But he came out because of our leadership and guidance and support, came out with his GED. We got him a scholarship to Valencia College. His 2nd year in prison, even though he won't be out to 8 years later, we already had obtained a scholarship for him. So he just got out March of 2012. Just a great young man of God, and gonna be a very productive citizen now because we gave him a chance, because we got involved in his life. So that's the story. He became my son and my wife's son, and we began to write him as our beloved son. He writes us back as mom and dad, and now we're a family, and it's going to be just a great future. Yeah, Nathaniel Young. So we made a difference. We made a difference in this young man's life, and he's going to make a lot of difference in a lot of people's lives. So listen for that name. He's an author of a couple books that have not been published yet, but they're becoming Nathaniel Young Kimbrough. Listen for that name.
What sort of advice would you like to share for the youth of, the Pine Hills area? What would you like them to know?
Yes. Well, one thing I left out that in 2008 I also ran for school board. I ran for school board, District 7 for the Pine Hills community and the Popka community. Unfortunately, I didn't win. Got 14% of the vote. Still new in town, but it was a good run. So what I would say to our youth, and not just youth, but to families, that we got to value education. Education got to be the key. Don't give up on your education. In Orange County as a whole, Orange County got to make education real. I read on that platform, education, making education real in Orange County. Real, if I can remember what they were, that R was got to be relevant. Our teachers, that was relationships, that's what it was. That the Orange County School Board needs to make sure they have a relationship with the community, with the teachers, and with the families. And then E was equality. There have to be quality resources available for every school, the way that Evans High School got overlooked. for 25 years, you know, was just devastating for this community. But now it's becoming the anchor of this community again. So it's relationships, it's equality, and then accountability. You know, even for the students, that everybody got to be accountable to each other and to making sure that education is a priority. And then I forgot what the L was. Learning environments. That's what it was. So this was relationships, equality, accountability, and learning environments. They got to be fun. They got to be interactive. Because a lot of kids, for a kid to say that school is boring, and there's something wrong with that picture. Because kids, you know, children, everybody should enjoy learning. So I would say to our young people, get your education. Yeah.
And just one last question for you,
Yes.
sir. What legacy would you like to leave behind?
I think my legacy is here now. Haven't received a lot of awards or accolades, and I don't look for that. I have achieved some plaques and stuff from Orange County Public School, my involvement. But my legacy, one, would be the Pine Hills Community Performing Arts, that because of initiative of one person having the mind and the vision of the talent in this community, that we now have a performing arts center that I pray will have some longevity way after I'm gone. But I always said that when Lord called me home and said I was a lover of God and serving the community, and serving a man, that I serve this community. I serve this community with no hidden agendas, not looking for anything in return but a better community. That'd be my legacy. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming out and speaking to us, sir.
Sure. You're more than welcome. Thank you.